everyone, my name is Steph, this is the Novelty Corner, and welcome to my February top 5 reads. So if you watched the first video where I was talking about my January reads, which I'll leave linked on the screen, you'll know what I enjoyed reading in January, but now I'm going to talk about my top 5 February reads. And this month I don't have as many physical books as I did in January, but that's okay. I also don't have quite as many rereads in February, but you know, February is a fairly short month, so there was a limit to what I could get done. In February, I read 32 books. I read a total of 8,377 pages, and in no particular order, my top 5 books for the month included Clean Sweep by Lona Andrews. This was a series that I had not picked up. It is the Innkeeper Chronicles series, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. This one is paranormal, but it does feel very cozy mystery-ish, urban fantasy like in its storytelling style, just like Lona Andrews writes all the time. It is about Dina, who is an innkeeper, and innkeepers are the carers of magical way stations that beings from all over the galaxy who have magic can come and stay at. They're like safe houses for them when they're visiting different places. And Earth happens to be a very good mediation spot, but the rest of the world doesn't know that magic exists. Dina is in charge of a very run-down inn, and she's trying to coax it back to life. And then lots of things begin happening that complicate this. This is a series that has space vampires and werewolves and all sorts of magical beings, and I just thoroughly enjoy it. There's also some incredibly gorgeous artwork that is included in the books, and you can find the coloured versions online. So I have read everything up to Sweep of the Blade, which is the spin-off of the original trilogy that follows Dina's sister, and I'm enjoying it. I will continue to read the series, and I'll probably be rereading it next year. I also have 2 books by Rebecca Weatherspoon on this list. The first one is Harbour, which is book 3 in her Beards and Bondage series. This is an MMF black love romance story, and it is just a gorgeous book. It really deals with grief and loss and anger and moving forward in life, because our female main character, Brooklyn, loses her fiance in, I think it's a car crash. However, at the same time, she also finds out that he was cheating on her with another woman. And as it turns out, this other woman was in a menage relationship with 2 men, and somehow Brooklyn and these men find each other. It starts out relatively innocently. They're connecting and working through their grief and processing that, and then it turns into a relationship, and it was just a really compelling story. Then I also have Zenny, again by Rebecca Weatherspoon. This one is as part of a series that sort of features all these side characters that turn up in other books that she has written. Zenny is about to inherit some property. However, there is a condition placed on the inheritance that she has to marry a particular person, and you know, totally ignoring the fact that this is probably illegal. However, when she meets Mason, who works on her family's property, the two decide that, you know what, for convenience sake, this may not necessarily be a bad thing. The whole thing is just gorgeous because they don't know each other. They really don't know each other, and they have to navigate this relationship. They have to get married. They have to make it work. And it was great. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Rebecca Weatherspoon is definitely someone who I need to read more of. I read a whole stack of her books earlier in the year, but now I need to go back into her backlist. So that is definitely on my to-do list. There is also You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. This is actually a young adult book, and it was one that I thoroughly enjoyed reading. I got it for review from Scholastic earlier in the year. It is the story of Liz, who is a black teen who is finishing up high school and trying to get into the school that she really wants to go to. However, it is an exclusive school, and she realizes that if she wants to go to this school, she probably needs a scholarship, and that her current high school has a scholarship program for people who run for prom king and prom queen. And so even though she wasn't planning on doing this, she decides to run for the prom court. Even though she's very disdainful about the whole project, she does meet a new girl to the school, and Mac makes this whole experience more. This is a sapphic young adult contemporary story. It is glorious. The characters leapt off the page, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself while I was reading it. And then finally, I have Once Upon a Dream by Sierra Simone. This is a collection of 3 novellas that she has written. They're all fairy tale-esque in their storytelling style. The reason that I read this was for the novella Red and White, I think, which is sort of like a Snow White retelling, but it is a menage story. Sierra Simone just has a beautiful writing style that I adore, and this was no exception. And my rereads for this month included 2 Psy Changeling books. So I had Blaze of Memory and Bonds of Justice, and I also reread the Wicked Villains Shorts collection by Katie Roberts. Alright, so those are the books that I really loved in February this year. In the comments below, let me know if you have read any of these books, or alternatively, feel free to let me know which book you really enjoyed reading in February. Otherwise, if you want to let me know that you're here but you don't want to leave a comment, feel free to leave a broom emoji down below. I hope that wherever you are in the world, you're staying safe and healthy, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye everyone.